Welcome back to All Up in the Business, where we empower teenpreneurs and their parents. I'm Joelle.
And I'm Kymone. And we're really excited this week to talk about why Joelle has five
different
bank accounts for her business. All right. So what we're talking about today is something that I believe all teenpreneurs and all entrepreneurs can benefit from. So if you're a teenpreneur, you got to pay attention to this. And if you're someone else who wants to start your own business, this stuff is going to be really helpful stuff for you.
Yes.
All right. So talking about starting a business, and when Joelle first started, she didn't have her own business bank account.
And I was living from his bank account. So like all my expenses would go to him and all like the money that I made would go to him. So after when I got my own, we had to figure everything out and lay out on like a whole spreadsheet and stuff.
Right. So, one of the challenges with having your own business is figuring out where all the money goes, right? Mm-hmm. You want to make sure you make a profit. You want to make sure you're taking care of your expenses. You want to make sure you make a little money for yourself. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it's so hard in business to keep up with all that money, right?
Yes.
And so we went to the bank. We went to the bank that I go to. We're not going to give the name of the bank. And we decided we would open up how many? Five different bank accounts. And there's a reason for that. Joelle, before we tell them the names of the bank accounts, has this been helpful for you?
Yes, because I can see how much I have in each different account, and it helps me a lot because I know how much I have for myself, how much I have to spend on my business, how much I have for other different categories, and it helps me see exactly what I have. I don't have to be I can just use that, and after a while you're not even gonna have a lot of money for yourself if you just have it in one account, because you won't know, you'll just be guessing how much goes to what.
Right. And I'm sure someone's saying, well, I don't need different bank accounts. Maybe I'll put it down on paper, I'll put it on a spreadsheet. And you can do that. But what's so easy is when you can just look at your bank statement and know, here's what I have in every category, a snapshot, without having to figure out things. And let's be honest, sometimes we'll spend money out of our one big account and say, I'll move it around later. Yeah. And that sometimes is a little bit harder. And so to kind of illustrate what we're doing, I have some plates with me, right? And I have one big plate. And I want to talk about this big plate. They said one of the ways for you to eat less food is to have hold this with me, smaller plate. Right, if you have a smaller plate,
yes, you won't get as much food.
Right, you just won't. And so part of the reason why you have more bank accounts, it helps you to kind of live off of that smaller plate principle. Plus, you're able to see a spreadsheet. So, the first bank account that you have, Joelle, what is that first account used for?
It is my save. It's where all the money goes.
Right. So it's called our income account, right?
Yes.
So every time someone pays you, every time you make a sale,
it all goes right there.
Right. So all of your, and we might go into this a little bit in another episode, but where are all the ways that you get income? What are all the different ways people pay you?
You can do Square, Cash App, my Etsy store.
Right.
About to be Facebook.
Right. And so even if they give you cash, all of that goes into the income account.
Not
we'll
cash.
use that. Well, we can go put it in there. We're supposed to, right? So it goes into the big account called the income account, and that's at the same bank. So it's an income account.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to put the big plate over here. What's the next account you have? The first one. Remember the first small category?
Yes, the next category I have is profit.
Profit. Now, that's a big one because a lot of businesses, they operate and they don't have any profit. Teenpreneurs, you might just operating, and at the end of the year, you say, how much profit did you make? You go, well, I don't know if I made a profit. Profit is the difference between your income and your expenses. So whatever comes in is income, whatever goes out is expenses, and the difference is profit. So this plate right here is our
profit.
Right. So Joelle, tell us what's the next plate for?
The next plate that we have is salary. One of my favorites, you know what I'm saying? The next plate is salary. So that means all the money that goes to you, the CEO, the person who runs that business. And another thing you should do, even if you have a lot of money in there, you should give yourself how much do I want to spend a month? Because you can save up for something bigger that you want, But have that in mind. Don't, if you have a lot of money in there, don't just go, okay, I want that, so let me just buy that. You have to be strategic and smart with your money spending for yourself.
So this is really good. Salary, right? People who go work a job, they get a salary every week, every 2 weeks, every month. Well, you're working, right?
Yes.
I mean, Joelle was up late yesterday painting nails. It's school break and she's working. Well, you shouldn't just be working a business and all of the money go to expenses, right? And not just all is profit, because profit is a business thing, but salary, you're getting paid from your business for the work you do.
Yes.
And that third account is salary. All right. And so there'll be an amount that you as a teenpreneur and entrepreneur should have going for salary. What's number 4?
The fourth account. Fourth account is costs.
Yeah, costs, right?
Yeah. I thought it was taxes or something like that.
So in regular businesses, it would be taxes, right? Like if you're an entrepreneur like I am, my fourth account is for taxes, which is the government wants some of that money that you make for taxes. And we all pay taxes. Now, as a teenpreneur, Joelle isn't making enough to have to pay taxes.
Yes,
but we said we wanted to give something to a cause. Now, what's a cause?
Cause can be like a foundation, like a what is it called?
Just something.
Oh my gosh, what
just
is that
something
called?
that you are like a nonprofit.
Yes, like something like, I don't know, an organization like breast cancer awareness organization, like Ronald McDonald, like stuff like that, like that they help people and stuff like that. I don't know.
Right, and one of the values that we want in Joelle's business is, and I think for every teenpreneur, is that you should have some value of giving from your business, not just from your salary, but from your business. You should be giving to some cause, some way that you're helping others, and it should be a cause that is dear to your heart. So Joelle's going to decide out of this account what cause is dear to her and her business and give the money there to that cause. So out of the income, some goes to
profit,
some goes to
salary, which is me, myself, and I,
and some goes to
a cause.
And then the last one, what's the last one?
Last one is
the last one is
expenses. Expenses is the money that you spend on your business. That can be for like inventory, if you need something.
Supplies.
Yes, supplies, like packaging, all the type of stuff that you need for your business. It will come out of a certain category, so you don't have to spend your salary on your business.
Right. That's
something that I used to do a lot before I even had a big account. When I had like cash, I would always be spending my cash on my business, because the thing about me is, like, when I spend my money on something for my business, it doesn't necessarily feel like my business, because my business is something that I enjoy to do, so it feels like it's for me, like for my joy or something like that. So it doesn't necessarily feel like for business, but it is.
Right. And so having your expenses come out of one account means that okay, you know what? I can't buy any more supplies this month, right? Until I make some more sales. I can't overspend. Like sometimes you're like, well, I don't know how much I have to spend. No, every time you open up your app or your computer to go to your bank account, Joelle knows exactly how much money she can spend on her business.
Yes.
And when we first started, like, Joelle she was paying me back for stuff, but now we've transferred all of her expenses to her account. We got her a card that's a debit card that's connected to her expenses account.
Yes.
Now, I know some people may not be comfortable with kids having a debit card, and I understand, but it's connected to my account as well, so I have a chance to see it, to look and monitor stuff, and I think that's important for parents as well. Just your level of trust with your kid, but also a level of supervision and oversight. So, expenses, things like what she buys off of Amazon for her supplies.
Yes, love Amazon.
What else do you buy from your expense account?
Nail polish, my boxes that I use, labels, flyers.
Right. We might share this flyer at the end of this, right? Yeah. So.
Yes, I guess so.
So let's do a review. All right. So whenever money comes into your business, it goes into
your income.
Income, right? Then you divide it up into four different accounts.
Can we tell them our percents that we use?
Well, we could give them like a rough estimate, right?
Okay.
And then it goes into the first The second account is
profit.
Then it goes to
Salary.
then it goes to causes,
Cause.
and then last but not least it goes to
Expenses.
expenses. So those are the 5 accounts for Joelle's business. Now, you might say, wow, that's a lot of work. Do I have to remember to do this every day? Every day? No. In fact, the system that I use, I do it twice a month. I do it on the 10th and the 25th.
You do it?
Yeah, I do it for my business on the 10th and the 20th. How often do you do it for yours?
I do mine
Once a week?
I don't have a schedule. It's like whenever it comes, like, and I feel like I have enough at the top to where it's like a good enough number to where I can actually split them up.
Right.
So I don't have a schedule like that.
But I would just suggest that you do it on a regular schedule. Maybe twice a month is good.
Yes.
Or if you're getting a lot of sales and stuff and expenses, you might want to do it maybe once a week. If you're getting, like Joelle gets her income from coming in from Etsy, you can do it after that money comes in.
Yes.
Now, as Joelle said, what we do is everything comes into income and everything goes out of income into these buckets. So
Yes.
profit, we put about, give her a range.
We give 10%.
10% to profit. So 10% of all her income goes to profit. Wow, we're really peeling back behind the scenes on Slay All Day Nails.
Should we give them the exact percent?
That's fine.
And for salary, I give myself 45%.
So 45% of all her income goes to salary. So 10, 45. What goes to causes?
10%.
So 10%. So her business is tithing, for you folks who understand tithe. And then last, how much goes to expense?
35.
35%
And
of
most of
all
my
of her
money-
income goes to expenses.
And most of my money goes to salary.
Right. Which is cool. Like most of the money she makes goes to salary.
Yes. And then next is expenses.
Right. And then causes and profit, which means 10% of everything she makes is a profit. That's a business profit. That's outside of her salary.
And what happens with profit? Like, it's just that to just call, like, I have that much sitting there?
Right. So good question. So profit is money that you can use later on for something that you enjoy as the business owner.
Okay.
Or you can use that to invest into something that you really need for your business. So let's say your business needs something to upgrade and it may not be an expense. You want to take it out of expense. You could say, I'll take some out of the profit and reinvest it, invest it back into my business to take my business to the next level.
That's nice, yes.
Yeah. So y'all got it? So let's put our plates back together. Income and then
Profit.
Salary, cause,
and
or taxes for you adults, and last but not least is expenses. So we just gave you a rundown of why Joelle has 5 accounts, and I know for some of you it might be that's a whole lot. Well, you can go to some of your local credit unions. They'll let you have that with no fees and no minimums. That's so awesome, and it's been a game changer for me. And it's something I've taught to Joelle. It's really helped her. Every day she opens her account, she's able to say how much money she has. And she never goes in the red. And she always is able to make some kind of profit and have a salary.
Yes.
All right? So remember, we want to empower teenpreneurs and their parents.
Yes.
And so we want you to make sure that you share this video.
Share this video with a teenpreneur or somebody who may have the idea of starting their own business.
Right. And make sure you subscribe. If someone shared this with you and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe.
And hit the notification bell so you can know every single time we upload.
And please, we want to know some of the things you want us to discuss. Like we've interviewed people, or maybe you know someone we should interview.
Yes.
Please leave that in the comments below. Leave suggestions. Thank you for us. And follow us on our own social medias beside this. So Joelle, give them yours.
At Slay All Day Nails with 2 S's.
And follow me at Kymone Hines. It's 1 S. All right? All right. We're going to sign out. And
thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you so much. And remember, please, when a teen starts a business, everyone in the family is all up in the business.
Bye. Oh, we talking about that flyer. We ain't showing no flyer.